Christie to get the votes of people. Ang ina ninyong lahat. Martin Romualdez, Lisa Marcos, Bongbong Marcos.
I think we have two more.
Tapos kami yung nagsisinungaling? Nagpipigil ako eh. Kasi gusto ko lang magtrabaho. Gusto ko lang tapusin nyo na yung show ninyo dyan sa House of Representatives para makabalik na kami.
I think we have two more.
Ang ina ninyo.
I think that will be the last. Your Honor, that will be the last.
Counsel, that's the 7 timestamps.
Let me confirm. Attorney Magallon. Okay, we have one more. We have two more, Your Honor, please. I was told we have two more timestamps, Your Honor, please.
Two more.
Thank you.
Martin. Nangangampanya tayo. Nakasakay tayo sa eroplano. Magkatabi tayo. Nagre-reklamo ka, putang ina ka, walang pera.
And the last one.
Maalis mo man ako sa presidential days, hindi pa rin ikaw ang presidente. Tingina mo. Walang buboto sa'yo. Please lang.
Okay. Thank you.
Wala.
So, Your Honor, those were the 7 timestamps, portions of the video where the Vice President hurled invectives and profanities. Now, the question is, may I proceed, Your Honor?
Counsel, to clarify,
Yeah, opo.
that the Vice President hurled invectives, period. Not necessarily against the 3 officials mentioned.
Most of them were against the 3 officials, Your Honor, please.
I only counted or heard 1 or 2. Out of the 7, I heard Representative Chua, but he's not one of the subject matters of this case. But just for the record, does the witness confirm that? Out of the 7 timestamps, there are approximately 2 or 3 that mentioned either all 3 or 1 of the top officials. Would that be correct, Mr. Witness?
I think more than that, sir, if you can see the
Make your voice
context.
louder.
If I'm not mistaken, I think 5 times referring to either Martin Romualdez or Lisa Marcos or the president.
The rest were either congressmen or a particular congressman.
If I'm not mistaken, sir. Yeah.
Counsel, you may proceed.
Now, Mr. Witness, etong mga 7 timestamps kung saan nagmumura yung Vice Presidente. Why is this a factor in classifying her threats as serious and real?
Yes, Your Honor, it's very much factor. Because we want to establish the intent of the Vice President, and that intent is crucial in our investigation. We want to determine whether those utterances made by the Vice President were just a product of a temporary fit of anger. Was it just spur of the moment, or were they really serious, actual, and real threat?
So what was your conclusion?
Your Honor?
So what was your conclusion? Was it serious, real?
Yeah, Your Honor.
Okay.
Serious and real.
Let's go to factor number 2. So 2 out of 4 factors. Now, sinabi mo yung literal meaning ng mga utterances ng Vice President. Yung literal meaning, why is this a factor in your conclusion na seryoso at totoo yung pagbabanta ng Vice Presidente?
Yes, Your Honor. Klaro po dun sa utterances ng Vice Presidente. Even before the online press conference held on November 23, 2024, the Vice President had already contracted a person to kill the President, Liza Marcos, and the former Speaker, Your Honor.
Siguro, so the public will understand. I want you to answer in Tagalog. No? Ba't mahalaga sa inyo, sa investigasyon nyo, na yung pagkukontrata ng tao na papatay sa Pangulo at dalawa pa, nangyari ito bago pa man yung press conference? Ba't mahalaga sa investigasyon mo yan?
Yes, Your Honor. Mahalaga ho yan para sa amin. Basically, it's indicative of intent that the utterances was deliberately made up by the Vice President, and it really shows serious, actual, and real threat, Your Honor.
All right, now, Attorney Lotok, let's go to the third factor. Yung third factor is now sinasabi mo, yung nature ng instruction. Now, could you tell the public and the court, ano bang ibig sabihin ng factor number 3, nature of the instruction?
Yes, Your Honor. In those utterances, the Vice President said, wag kang tumigil hanggat hindi mo sila mapapatay. It shows persistence on the part of the Vice President, that she was determined to carry out those utterances. And from the point of view of law enforcement agency like the NBI, it's alarming for us, sir.
It is alarming from the point of view of law enforcement agents. Now, in Tagalog, if you may, ba't mo nasabing nakaka-alarma yung sinabi ng Vice Presidente na yung instruction na huwag kang titigil hanggat hindi mo napapatay ang Pangulo, ang unang ginang, at ang former Speaker ng House of Representatives? Ba't mahalaga? Ba't alarming yan?
Well, Your Honor, pwede hong mag-take advantage yung ibang grupo dyan, ibang individual. God forbid may mangyari sa Vice Presidente for one reason or the other. Mati-trigger ho ngayon yung instruction, and then papatayin ngayon yung, God forbid again, ang Presidente, Liza Marcos, ang former Speaker. And in fact, even yung triggering na phase na yon, pwedeng mag-take advantage doon yung ibang grupo, thinking na pag in-assassinate natin ang tatlo, ang sisisihin ang Vice Presidente. So marami hong angulo, Your Honor, para ho sa amin sa law enforcement. Medyo magiging disorder, magiging chaotic, magiging anarchy yung society pag hindi siya na-address. Yun po yung sa amin as investigator, sir.
But was she not only joking, Attorney Lotok?
Objection, leading, Your Honor.
Pero there's basis to that, Your Honor.
Sustained. Reform your
Okay,
question.
now, let's go to, let's proceed, Mr. Witness. So far, you mentioned, ito yung mga factor, no? Manner, literal meaning, nature of the instruction. Ano ba yung fourth factor kung alam mo?
The relationship between the parties, meaning the relationship between the Vice President and the President, sir.
Now, what about the fourth factor? No, why is it significant to investigation?
Well, in one of the utterances made by the Vice President, she characterizes the relationship with the President as toxic. Your Honor.
Toxic.
If I'm not mistaken, at least 3 times niya binigyan yung term na toxic, referring to the relationship between her and the President, sir.
Now, what were your reasons, if any, that made you conclude na nasabi na ng Vice President na toxic yung relationship niya sa, between her and the President?
Objection calls for an opinion, Your
Your
Honor.
Honor, investigation.
Witness may answer part of his investigation.
Una yung resignation niya as secretary ng Department of Education. Pangalawa yung utterances niya noong October 18, nung sinabi niya na I realize toxic na itong relationship. Gusto kong tanggalin yung ulo niya ba? And then I imagine myself cutting his head.
What else, if any?
The reaction of the recipient of those utterances, Your Honor, the reaction from the President himself, sir.
So the reaction from the President himself. Now, you already mentioned kanina ano yung reaction ng President. Yung tanong now, Attorney Lotoc, is, why did you consider yung reaction ng mga recipients ng pagbabanta, kagaya ng President? Let's focus on the President. Ba't nyo kinonsider yung reaction nila?
Well, we want to establish whether the recipient of those utterances felt intimidated by those statements, or did they took it serious and actual threat. Material ho sa amin yun, Your Honor, if only to establish the mens rea of
Mens rea ng krimen. Now, let's focus on the President. No, let's focus on the President. Ito yung premise now. Based on your investigation, no, what was your impression of the President based on his reaction? Was he intimidated?
Well, yung opening statement ng Presidente, ang sabi niya, nakakabahala ang mga narinig natin itong mga nakarang araw. Ito'y isang kriminal na pagtatangka. Papalagan ko to. Yes, Your Honor. The President took the threat by the Vice President as serious and real.
Now, Mr. Witness, aside from yung reaction ng mga recipients, we focus on the President. Ano pa yung ibang mga factors na kinonsider nyo kung meron pa man?
Yes, Your Honor. We find it, this is from the point of view of the investigator. We find it disturbing when we try to compare the utterances made in October 18 and the utterances made in November 23. And may nakita ho kami doon, at least 3 o 4 na medyo, sabi ko nga, disturbing from the point of view namin.
Disturbing. 3 or 4 na disturbing na
utterances, Your Honor.
utterances. Now, let's go to that. So you said you compared the utterances in October 18 tsaka November 23. Sabi mo, you found at least 3 or 4 disturbing statements. Tama ba? Now, ano ba yung 3 statements na ito?
Your Honor, we are trying to establish the patterns and the consistencies of those utterances. For instance, nung October 18, ang sabi niya is, walang number 1 ang Pilipinas na to. Para sa akin, number 2 lamang ito. Walang number 1. And then we compared it in November 23. Ang sabi niya, ni-reiterate niya, I do not recognize anybody above me. That's number 1, Your Honor. The number 2, ang sabi niya nung October 18, hindi marunong maging presidente yung nakaupo, kasalanan ko ba yon? And then we compared it in November 23, ang sabi niya doon, this country will go to hell because that person who's sitting, sabi niya, doesn't know how to be a president and who is a liar.
All right.
The number 3, ang sabi niya sa October 18, meron akong 5 impeachable offense na alam kay BBM pero papasabad dyan sa House. Siyempre hindi. Then kinumpare namin yung November 23. Ang sabi ng John, sabi niya doon is he was lying through his teeth para makuha lang yung boto ng mga tao. And then nagmura na siya, PI ka, BBM, Lisa Marcos, and Martin Romualdez, Your Honor.
What do you mean by PI?
Putang ina, sir.
Okay. You said that you found these 3 comparisons disturbing. Now, these 3, ano yung significance ng 3 comparisons na ito sa investigasyon nyo? Kung meron man.
Yes, Your Honor. Based on these patterns and consistencies in the utterances made by the Vice President, it appears that these statements have tendency to steer up the people against the government, have tendency to disturb the peace of the community, have tendency to undermine the peace and order, the public peace and order, sir.
Now, Mr. Witness, given all these findings, sinabi mo, seryoso, tsaka totoo, yung mga pagbabanta ng Vice Presidente, anong ginawa ng division mo, kung meron man, in relation to the investigation?
We executed, Your Honor, affidavit of investigation, and we recommended criminal charges. 3 counts for grave threats and 1 count for inciting to sedition, sir.
Your Honor, now, na-mention mo yung affidavit of investigation. For clarity, anong date ng affidavit of investigation na nasabi mo?
February 10, 2024.
February 10.
2025, sir.
February 10, kung yung affidavit of investigation and the annexes ipapakita sa iyo, ma-identify mo ba yung affidavit na ito?
Yes, sir.
I'm showing you now a copy of the affidavit of investigation. May petsang February 10, 2025. That is previously marked for the prosecution as Exhibit P Roman numeral 4-3. You peruse the documents and access. I move that the defense be allowed to peruse the same. And the question is, what do these documents have? What relation, if any, do these documents have with the documents you mentioned?
Counsel for both parties may approach.
Manifestation, Your Honor.
Counsel for the respondent may proceed.
Your Honor, we just like to manifest, Your Honor, that the marked document, permanently marked by the prosecution, does not contain any annexes. And the other set of documents that he is comparing it to has affidavit annexes, Your Honor.
I can reply to that, Your Honor, please. If I may.
Counsel for the prosecution will please reply.
Number 1, the affidavit of investigation, the annexes thereto, ay makikita yung mga annexes, most of them, as separate documents that have been pre-marked. Ulitin ko, yung mga hinahanap ng depensa ng mga annexes sa affidavit of investigation, nasa record ng Senado yan because na-marka separately, because they have been identified separately also by the previous witness. I hope that satisfies.
Counsel, what does counsel for the respondent say?
Your Honor, is that an admission that the affidavit of investigation was stripped of its annexes?
Ano, Your Honor, if I may, ang klaro namang sinabi ko. Can I reply to that, Your Honor, please?
Chair would like to clarify the matter instead. Are all the annexes listed and identified in the footnotes of the affidavit of investigation marked or pre-marked by the prosecution?
I can answer that. Most of them, Your Honor, please, and I can identify ano yung mga hindi na mark tsaka yung reason.
So most, not all.
Yes, Your Honor, please.
And for the record, that the affidavit of investigation that the witness is identifying and that you have marked does not contain any of the annexes mentioned in the affidavit of investigation, without prejudice, of course, to the annexes
Yes.
that you already marked.
Yes, Your Honor.